DECEIVE INC is a multiplayer, player versus player game, Deceive and a shooter. There's several modes. In one, you just play against everyone else, more like a team deathmatch kind of.
Every spy for himself.
Then 2 versus 2 on the teams, and 3 versus 2 on the teams with up to 12 players altogether.
So four teams. Yeah.
But you are in the 4 big maps, and each one is filled with NPCs, and you are in disguise one of them. And you're trying to figure out who's NPC and who's the real guy, and who wants to shoot you. But
you can go around and take the appearance of any NPC that you want. And in the first phase, which is insertion, it's a lot of sneaking around. It's spy stuff. It's trying to blend in, make sure that the other players don't realize that you're actually a player and not an NPC, while you're trying to get intelligence points that you spend to unlock vault doors, get upgrades, and get crucial information for the next phase, which is infiltration. And then you're going to really focus on one of several play styles, which is to get the golden briefcase and get out, or to get lots of upgrades and be ready to shoot the player who gets the golden briefcase. But for that, you have to make sure you're in the right position. The final phase is extraction, when one player gets the golden briefcase and then their location is immediately pinging in everyone else's maps, and it becomes a guns blazing, free-for-all shoot 'em up, and the fastest or sneakiest or best shooting player wins with the golden briefcase.
But there's a catch, because these NPCs, they don't act as usual NPCs in the game. Sometimes they stand somewhere else, like they look like they could be the real players, and you never know. So it's really interesting, more like hide and seek, because you seek who's not NPC.
And the hide and seek works really well, because the main mechanic of this game, well, is to deceive, but that's taking the camouflage that you are still a spy going around with a gun, but everyone else sees you as the NPC whose appearance you have adopted, until you shoot someone. And for example, if you accidentally shoot an NPC, then you will be completely visible in your true form and all the other players will know who you are. Or if you go into an area that does not match the disguise that you have, then your cover will actually be blown and other players will be able to see you for the spy that you really are.
So your disguise is more like a shield that can be break, but you don't have to die. If you hide somewhere or after some time, you can be invisible again.
Cover gets renewed, But the question is,
should you deceive it?
No, you should never deceive.
Should
maybe
you
in this
play
game,
it
should you
to deceive it?
Okay, well said. But first, what you should know is that this game is going to be completely free from the Epic Games Store. Starting on November 7th, you'll have 1 week to claim it and keep it in your Epic Games library forever. And that is what we do on this channel. We play and review every free weekly game on the Epic Games Store. Honestly, I think this game is trying to do several different things, and it does them to different levels of entertainment. The first phase, actually, I enjoy more because you really feel like a spy. The camouflage mechanic is really clever, that you have to think about who you are appearing to be. It's like Hitman with the disguises, except the NPCs are actually real players and watching for any mistakes.
And first person only.
And first person only. So this part, actually, I found really engaging and kind of intense and stressful, and you're thinking about who might be a real player, who's going to suddenly shoot you like out of nowhere. Then the farther you get into it, it gets more shooty and more chaotic, and I found like it didn't do that as well as a lot of other games that are shooter games, honestly. So I felt like it kind of went away from its strengths, which was an espionage stealthy game, to ending usually with a crazy shootout that often the person with the most upgrades and the best guns. I feel like the player classes and the weapons are often quite unbalanced, so then the end sometimes felt pretty unfair. Okay. So entertaining, but for me it would often end up frustrating, and I think because of that, I would actually not recommend this.
Okay. I see the uniqueness in I think no other game can give you, like, you basically watch all the players and trying to tell if they are human or NPC. And in this game, because they made it well for NPCs to act not the usual just walking, but stopping and being suspicious. I think that it's not in other game. Of course, it's not perfect, but it's visually appealing. There are people still playing it, so I think you should try it now when it's free. Because I don't know if you like it, and I'm not a fan of multiplayer games, and this one, is, to me, it's interesting.
Okay.
So yes, I'm gonna give it yes.
Fair enough. Let us know down in the comments if you are going to play Deceive Inc. and let us know if there's any other games in the genre that you particularly enjoy.
And we hope to see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.